Won't keep my faith up in God. Thankful he gave me the nod. They gonna play with them boys. They don't know what's going on. I wake up and pray in the morning. Wake up and pray to the Lord.
What's up, Cali gang? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Bible study on a Sunday. Y'all, I got off a little early just so I can do my video. Cause what? All money ain't good money. And the money that I left, well, guess what? It's going to be doubled one day. It's going to be tripled one day. So I ain't worried about it, okay? They did get a little, they was getting like a couple people coming in when I was leaving out, but it's okay. Let the other people get some money. It's plenty of money to go around for everybody. That is. Okay, so you guys, we are in Romans today. So go ahead already go find Romans, okay? Ma'am. Somebody wanna babysit a cat? Yeah. Okay, we are in Romans today, you guys. The channel song for today, yeah, by Dante Pride featuring Lisa Page Brooks. I'm gonna let y'all hear a snippet because when it came on my Pandora, I was like, okay, because you know I be coming up, I be, you know, seeing new songs come up on the on Pandora. So then I'd be like, oh, okay, let me see if I like it. So I'm gonna play it for y'all. Are you gonna be part of the Bible study today? Hello, ma'am. You're gonna have to lay down. Come on, let me move this turn here. You're gonna have to lay down. Come on, lay down. Sorry about that, y'all. Every time when I'm trying to talk about the Lord, here she come. Okay, I'm gonna pray for you, kitty cat. Let y'all anyway get a snippet of the song, y'all. Okay, y'all like it too. Just hear the beginning, then go add it to your playlist and let your girl know that she put you on. Okay, here you go. Hopefully they don't copyright me. We're going to find out if they copyright me for a couple of 15, 20. You think they're going to copyright me? They is, ain't it? Well, we going to find out. I'm going to find out. This going to be the test. Okay? But this it.
Never had me believing lies. Found the truth, now I'm on fire. God say go and I say, now I'm preaching, I prophesy. Holy Spirit all up inside. Ask me to pray and I'm like,
Y'all hear that song? We're going to see if they copyright me. If they do, it's going to be plenty of videos I can get monetized off of, okay? We're not going to worry about it. All right, y'all. That is the song. Ain't that a good song? When I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. I can get jiggy with it. I don't know if y'all been hearing, like, okay, let's talk about something real quick before we get into this message. You guys, let's talk about a topic everybody probably already know. The music we listen to, you guys, really sets the tone for a lot of things that we do and how we go about life and stuff like that. And what they call it, you know, our music with Cardi B and Megan and all that stuff, what they call it, like secular music and stuff like that. You guys, it is a lot of, I know it will be hard to kind of like separate yourself from the music that sometimes soothes your soul or sometimes get you in that mode, like, sorry, I made you mad or something, or, you know, whatever. I know that, but guess what? It's some songs, gospel songs, that'll get you in that same mode that has God in it, and it's better for your ears and stuff like that. So, y'all know I love me some Cardi B. I love me some Megan. I love me some Lotto. I love me some Mona Leo. I love all types of music, you guys. All types of music. I love rap. I love R&B. I love gospel. I love old school. I love it all. But it's going to come to a time where, because you're walking with God and things of that nature, you're wanting to honor him in the right way. And so some of the music that we listen to isn't good for us, you guys. I just seen like a TikTok post. she was listening to Jeezy and that song, some about some hell, Lord know I'm gonna fry. So it's just like I don't know what song it is. Let me look it up. Let me see if I can over here bumping our heads to the wrong type of music. He says, and live for the moment, Lord knows I'm gonna die. And when I get to hell, Lord knows I'm gonna fry. So do he already know he about to go to hell or something? Or something like, why would, this the thing, we gotta watch what we put in our music, because why would you put that? He say, smoked all day, Lord knows I stay high. I stay on top, Lord knows I'm gonna try. And I live for the moment, Lord knows I'm gonna die. And when I get to hell, Lord knows I'm gonna fry. Well, y'all get what I'm saying when it comes to that. We just gotta watch what we are listening to and allowing in our ears and stuff of that nature. Okay, because that would not be a lyric or a line that I would want to say, okay? Because I don't plan on going to hell to be frying and dying down there, okay? So, we just got to really listen to the music that we listen to these days. No, nobody said you got to be boring and stuff like that. Gospel music is not boring. And R&B, like our old R&B back in the day, it's not boring. Our old school is not boring. You just listen to what they are saying in these songs. That's the bottom line, okay? You hear something of some sort, then turn it off. Nobody's saying you're not going to be in an environment or situation where people are going to play the other type of music, the secular music, and they're going to play that, and then you're just supposed to be like, okay, we'll just... I really don't know what to do in that situation. I don't know if you rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I don't know if you just say, God, forgive my ears, or what. I don't know what you do in a situation like that. All I know is that just you can't control everything that you have going on. And so what you can control is to not listen to certain music that does not align with you and where you're trying to go, okay? I love all the artists, and I know that some artists are, doing God's work and stuff like that. So with me saying that is a lot of good gospel rap out here. Okay, it's a lot of good gospel rap out here that you can listen to, and maybe when I do my next Bible study, maybe I'll show you one, because I just came across another Christian rapper. The person that does my intro on the song, when I first started this video on my intro, he's a gospel rapper. His name is Michael Peoples. He go by Mike Peeps for his song, his artist title, artist name, and stuff like that. He go by Mike Peeps. And the song that plays at the beginning in my intro is called Pray Even More. Y'all, it's on all platforms. You can find it on Instagram, under the songs and everything. It's all on there. So I'm just letting you know there are good Christian rappers out here that it really be bumping. I know when y'all start my video, if y'all been keeping up my videos, I know y'all starting to like bump to that song at the beginning. Okay? So just give him some credit, give him some credit, give them some credit. And let's clean up our music all together. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's get into the word. Have y'all got to Romans yet? We are in Romans chapter 8, 37. Romans chapter 8, 37. Y'all already know what I'm going to ask next. Do we have our Bibles? Do we have our Bibles? Do we have our Bibles today? Okay. I've already got to Romans 8. I couldn't even actually find Romans. One of my tabs was missing. You want trying to let me get up in here? You want to let me trying to get up in here? Okay, but we in here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm gonna go off this Bible app, and then you guys can follow me in the Bible. But I'm gonna end up reading the Bible too, so it can let you know what both is being said. Okay. All right. It say, nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Okay? So Romans 8:37 says, no, despite all these things, overwhelming victory is ours through Christ who loved us. Okay? This little title of this from verse 31 on, it say nothing can separate us from God's love. So you already know what we're about to be talking about. Okay? As believers, we have eternal hope. When we get through difficulties or face enemies, we must always remember that we have victory in Jesus. Christ's love for us is all we need. No matter what we are faced, we will never be separated from his love. The trials of the world, sin and death are no match for Jesus. Therefore, if we place our hope in Jesus, then we are conquerors over these things as well. Okay? Romans. That's all I thought I read. Romans is about Paul's big encouragement. It's like Paul's big encouragement chapter, right? All right, Paul lists things that often makes people feel defeated, okay? So when it comes to God, these things that I'm about to list are things that will kind of push us away from God or separate ourselves from God or, put God on the back burner or whatever the case may be. When these challenges are faced with us, we should really put him first at the front line, like the military, okay? Front line. Just like we depend on the military to be our front line, we need God to be our front line, okay? Okay, so when we are in trouble, we're going through hardships, persecution, danger, even death. These are things that seem to separate us from God's love, okay? When it say in that description that I read, it said more than conquerors, right? Let's take it back. What did it say about the more than conquerors? It says, the trials of the world, sin and death are no match for Jesus. Therefore, if we place our hope in Jesus, then we are conquerors over these things as well, okay? When it says that, it means that a conqueror. Let's see, what is conqueror? What's the definition of conqueror? Okay, let's get the definition. A conqueror is a person who conquers a place or people. Okay, so let's see. Do they tell us conqueror meaning in the Bible? In the Bible, a conqueror can refer to a victory over physical or spiritual enemies, but more prominent concept is the phrase more than conquerors, okay? Which signifies an overwhelming and decisive victory over trials through God's power. And this is most famously stated in what? Romans 37. All right. So, we are conquerors because we overcome things. We grow stronger than them. As in, when I say that, that means troubles, hardships, persecution, danger, death. We overcome them. We grow stronger than them. The victory isn't because of our own strength, but it's of Christ, is love working in you. Okay? So let's come with some situations. Let's talk about hardships, right? So we go through hardships in life, right? Whether it's losing a job, losing a car, a death in a family, losing friends, just whatever type of hardship it is, behind on bills, your car got repoed, your house got taken, just all these different hardships that life can and will place on you. But the thing is that you're going to get through it. One, seeing that you're keeping God first, for one, too. Or seeing it, he knows your heart, so he knows your intentions. So if your intentions are good with God, of course he's going to see your way through this hardship. Sometimes that's why they come up with the description, blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? So with my last job, for instance, right? God was telling me back in August, God was telling me, first of all, months before now, maybe like around July, August, God was whispering in my, I'm telling y'all, I didn't know. God be speaking to me, and sometimes, depending on what we got going on in our life, we can focus and hear on him, right? So a couple of months ago, around July, August, I kept hearing God say 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. It just kept repeating in my ear, and I promise that's just so particular for him to just be whispering in my ear, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. I don't know what's gonna happen in 6 months. I don't know, maybe my situation that I am currently in could look a lot different maybe in 6 months or something like that. But I just kept hearing him say 6 months, 6 months in my ear. So with me going through my hardships during that time frame, because he did tell me later on, like I think a month later, next thing you know, he's telling me, let go of that car, let go of that, basically I'm gonna be moving, let go of that house. He told me to let go of that job, basically let go of those people. Basically, he told me to let go of all the people, places, and things that were no longer serving me, right? And with that, obviously, him telling me that, I'm just looking like, what? Like, no, like, that really made me uncomfortable that I had to do a lot of the stuff. But I was just like, you know what, God, I told you I was going to walk with you. I'm going to trust what you're saying. This is what you want from me. You want me to let it go? I will let it go. I did not understand it, but I did not question it either. I was pondering on it, like, but I wasn't questioning it. And surely behold, a little bit after me hearing that, I started to see it trickle down to what he really wanted me to do, and how things were moving around my life around that time frame. And as things was like troubling in my personal life, I was just like, I could see what he meant when he was saying, like, you need to get rid of these people, places, and things. You need to let it all go. They don't serve you no more. They ain't doing nothing but draining you and hindering you. So, like, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. And if you trust me, then I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to be there with you like I always been. And this is the time. Are you fully going to trust me? And I said yes. I said yes. I prayed on it. I said yes. So obviously with me doing that, I left my job. A nice paying job, but the job slowly started depreciating when it comes to, money around there or whatever. And I ended up getting another job, but then that job ended up kind of letting me go. Not a lot of jobs don't be letting me go, y'all, but that job let me go. And it is what it is. Blessing in disguise. It brought me and did what it needed to do. For the time being, it brought me closer to my friend of 10 plus years. So really, I wasn't too down to really lose that job. Plus, it was like some of the system of how they went about doing stuff, might not been okay with me, or wasn't really helping as much. So, when they did let me go, I was just like, God to give me another one. I'm sure it's a reason behind this, or whatever the case may be. So when that job left, I was still with the other job that the money was going down. I went from making like $6,000 a month to like 5, 4, 3, barely making $2,500, almost 3, barely doing that. And that's going from what I had to what I was and what I wanted for my life. I was just like, no. And it wasn't getting no better. And it's not like I couldn't wait around the holidays for it to get better. It just wasn't no better for me. So God already spoke to me and told me to leave the job. He's already told me to leave the job. It's not serving no more. I got something better for you. But I was so scared to actually follow through with that and be like, oh, leave my job. What about my bills? What about this? What about what I want to do? What about this? And he was just like, I got something better for you. Let it go. So I kind of like sat on that for a minute. I didn't really let the job go right away until one day when it came, he said, let the car go. Because at that time, my car had like damage done on passenger side from a previous relationship, and it was just the car. I had a Jeep, a 2016 Jeep. The car was a decent car, but because it had that accident on the passenger door side, and then the air went out in the car, and this was right when the summer hit. I tell you, baby, I was hot sometimes, okay? But so the air went out. I had to replace all the tires. It seemed like something was wrong with the tires. Then I ended up having to replace. I had to fix some. I think I had ended up getting an estimate on the car. It was saying it was like $1,500 worth of work, but I had already been working on the car like a little bit. Then it was $15 that I had to put into the car, and then I had to get like my tags, my insurance. I had to get all that up to date. The car not really representing me anymore is just not. It's not for me anymore. It's just not for me anymore. And y'all, I've had plenty of cars in the past, so it's nothing to get another car. Getting another car was never an issue with me, okay? So right now, I ride the bus. I take Lyfts and Ubers and stuff like that, but that's saves me money too. I'm not tripping about none of it. If I'm supposed to be somewhere that God wants me to be, He gonna make a way, okay? So He told me, leave that job, let go of that car, let go of some family members, let go of that situationship that I had going, let go of some friends that I had in my circle that wasn't aligning with me, or that it was more of a me giving more than me receiving. And it probably been like that for years when it came to certain people. So I was just like, I just started to just see some of the ways, and I was just like, you know what, this not there. I should have probably been let y'all go, but because my heart is so big, I didn't allow that, and I started to let other things, illusions, let other things just take over to where I don't even recognize the patterns that I see in y'all, which then trickled down to maybe other friends and that I had along the way. So it's just like, hey, no fighting. So let go. So do you think that was an easy thing for me to do? That was not easy for me to do, but I said I trust Him and He is gonna make a way. I did everything else that I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it up until 34 years old. And not saying that I didn't take any of His heat and direction before, but now I'm like, okay, what do you have to lose, Marquisia? Look, you talking to Marquisia. What do you have to lose if you follow me? What do you have to lose? If you know that I show up when I show up and I do when I do, when you believe in me, what do you have to lose by having the faith of a mustard seed and to follow me? So during that time, y'all, I was definitely experiencing hardship. I had no car to get around because I gave it back. And then there was another thing. When I gave the car back, because God already told me to leave that job, He made it hard for me to even get back and forth to work, because that car was already giving me issues. Towards the end, it was giving me some issues. The battery kept down, like it was losing life in the car. Like the car was life, and I kept having to mess with the battery. I need a new battery, little cord thing. It was just, y'all, I'm just a girl, okay? So I'm just like, you know what? Freak it. Give the car away. The job was all the way downtown, which is about 25 to 28 minutes away from me. So because I didn't have a car, because the job was already not paying me enough, the car was going behind. I gave the car back. He made it hard for me to get to work, but he already told me to leave it. So when he made it hard, I was just like, you know what? I called my manager and said, you know what? I'm not coming to work today. I think I ended up making it to work, I think that Sunday, to actually see everybody, say bye to everybody. But I made that to be my last day. I said, okay, God told me to do that. I'm doing it. So I didn't have a job. I left. I gave my car back. And in turn, some people like to push the goalpost when I say that. When I say I gave my car back to God, spiritually, I gave my car back to God because that's what He told me to do. But physically, is I gave it back to the car dealership. Okay. So I was definitely going through just a little bit of hardship. And you know me, I'm the one, I'll be able to get some money. It's nothing. But I was in the process of just focusing on God, y'all. So I was definitely going through hardship and it didn't even last long, y'all. Honestly, I was literally going through a hardship, maybe like, I would say like a month's time, y'all. Like a month's time. And in that month's time, I seen so many different people switch up. I seen so many different people that had my back start to question it. I had so many people that said they loved me, but then where are they now? Where they at? Where they at? I've been the major breadwinner when it comes to my relationships and stuff like that. I've been the person to hold it down. I've been the person to repay things back in advance. You hear that? I've been the person. I've been the person to give you the show the last. So to see a lot of people switch up when it's beneficial for them and it wasn't so beneficial for me, or to see probably people change or don't hear nothing at all, because your silence speaks so much louder than the things that you allowed to happen. So I'm just letting you know, like, I see it all. When you lose a job, you lose a car. Like my friend, she was just telling me today at work that somebody stole her phone and she had to get a new phone and all that sort. Look, I got this here. She had to get a new phone and all that stuff, and she was upset and bummed about it because it did have a lot of, like, I guess, sentimental things in there or whatever, or just old stuff. But I told her, like, the enemy was working on that girl that took your phone, okay? So to her, that's a hardship, not having her phone, because then she couldn't come to work for a couple of days. So now she can't make no money, she can't get around, no direction and stuff like that. So of course that's bummed her out. So when she got a new phone, I did let her know, like, you know, maybe try to look at it like this. You know, it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe you didn't need to get a new phone and didn't need to spend that $200. But think about it like this. Now you can really see who really care about you. Now you can really see if you reached out to people more than they reached out to you, because now people got your number, but they don't know you got a new phone. Let's see who come and check up on you. Let's see who cares about you. You know what I'm saying? And in turn, you'll be able to, and some of those memories in her phone, they might need it to go. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. They might need it to go. They might not need it to be on her phone anymore, but she said stuff is slowly coming back, but maybe some of the stuff that's in her phone needed to be erased. Like, that's why I started, like, deleting some stuff out my phone. Like, it's not because my storage is full. It's because I needed to erase the old, because the old can't come into the new. You can't bring your old into the new. When y'all get into relationships, y'all cannot bring the old into the new. You have to cut off the old for the new. You can't keep lingering from this person to this person, this person, this person. You're carrying this energy, this energy, this energy, this energy. You wonder why you feeling so, why you got all these type of spirits and energies on you, because you ain't closed the cycles. You haven't closed the cycles. And when you don't close the cycles, that right there will have you taking on other people because you haven't closed the cycle with one person. And then that destroys your next becoming thing, your next relationship of some sort, because you haven't closed the cycle. You got to close the cycle, y'all. So sometimes when things happen to us, if we in trouble, if we are having hardship, we in danger, anything, those things can separate us from God, because some people like to question me, like, well, if God is real, he wouldn't have put me in this situation. Well, God know I love him. He wouldn't did this. He wouldn't did this. Like, I know, like, when my stepdad passed away, like, it was kind of hard for my brother to kind of deal with that, because that was his dad. So anytime y'all hear about me talk about my dad passing, it's my stepdad, Verdell Smith Sr., okay? But I know my brother was going through the balancing, like, is God real, is God not real? And it is a valid thing to feel, because it's like some people do be like, okay, well, I grew up in the church and I believe in God and this. Well, why would God take my parents? Why would God take my brother? Why would God take my grandma? Why would God do it? You know what I'm saying? So then you sitting there questioning like, well, is God real? Because if he real and he wouldn't want hurt from me, he would have took this person. But you got to realize sometimes God needed them before you did. You got what you needed out of that person, and God needed them more. You know what I'm saying? So he was on the fence like, is God this, is God that? But we got to remember, even through our troubled and hard times, God is still with us. And if we need help to be able to heal and to find peace within ourselves when it comes to that, we seek God. Okay? So anytime we going through things at work, when stuff are not going our way, when we lost somebody in a death, again, that we are faced with any trouble, jail time, things that, why you hear about people that be in jail and then they get out and they talk about God and stuff like that and how God did this and God did that. Or they ain't had time but to be with God. You feel what I'm saying? So God will see you through all your troubles, all your hardships, your persecutions, your danger, and even death. Okay? Okay? Because God has that final say so. Okay? So, another topic I wanted to talk about, like, right? When it comes to our families and our friends, because another hardship of mine would be not having the support as I feel like I should when it comes to my goals and my career moves that I have set for myself, that me and God have talked about, that I have seen, that he have shown me, you know, that he has put in me. You know what I'm saying? A lot, and I know y'all hear it. They'll be like, you know, the people back home or the people you grew up with or like people you know might not support you as much as the people that you don't know or the strangers. Or, you know, when it comes to social media, you know, your social media will get maybe a lot of attention from outsiders than the attention from the insiders, right? And so that was another thing when it came to me, because like I said, I've been doing social media for, I'll say, ever since I left Dallas in 2018, right? So when I left in 2018, I ended up dropping out of college. And after my stepdad passed away, I was like, Markesia, and get me, I love college. I love learning. I love it all. I love the study groups. I love it. I love the concept of it. But the thing is that I realized that I was, not that I was going to school for the purpose of someone else, and that's what they wanted from me. I was going to school because I wanted to go to school. But the thing was, it wasn't fully what I wanted to do with myself in life. Now, granted, when I was in college, I was getting A's and B's and stuff like that, but I had got to this particular class, AM 2. AM 1, baby, I can tell you where the muscles at and the body's at, where all the blood and this, that. I can tell you, the bones, everything. I can tell you. But when it came to AM 2, baby, AM 2 breaks it down even like in depth of the body, and I just wasn't grasping it. I took that class twice, right? So the first time I took the class, I'm not going to, y'all, I was BSing. I was BSing because I wasn't getting it. And you know how you in college, you'll try to like, you can catch up and stuff like that. Like, okay, well, I couldn't really catch up. It's got to a point where, you know, when you behind, you behind. Like trigonometry, if you behind, you behind. You need to get with it or you gonna be behind. So I ended up taking the class the second time, and that's when he passed away. And like I said, I was not grasping it again. I was trying to this time I was trying to, but then he passed away. I was in summer school. He passed away in June. So that's like literally when summer just started. He passed away, and I was just like, man, I got one life to live. Is this the life that I want to live? Like going about it, doing it how somebody else want me to do it and what they see fit for me? Or do you want to go and open yourself up to your world that you want to create and what makes you happy and what's going to, feed your family, your future family lineage and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to stop. I mean, I planned on picking it back up, but that didn't go into play. I didn't pick it back up. I actually got more into like the things I want to do social media wise. So social media for me started at 2018. So where we in now? 2025. So I'm about 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 8 years. I'm about 8 years, 7, 8 years into doing social media. And I have been consistent with it through the ups and the downs, through the breakups, through the passings in my family, through the family drama, through my personal issues, just through it all. You know what I'm saying? And so I still got up and managed to do it and do what it is that I'm called for, because I know the people that passed wouldn't want me to be down and out. They want me to keep going and keep striving and root for me from up top. Okay. So when it comes to the support, I don't feel like I have the support fully like I should have. And it really never, it didn't just start there. It started times ago that I just feel like I wasn't fully understood. I wasn't fully loved right. I wasn't fully supported in the areas that I feel like should been that supportive, where I needed that support and things of that sort. So I don't feel like I get that support from the people who know me. I get so much support from people who don't know me. So just like this with this Bible study, I've been like broadcasting it. I have been promoting it and stuff like that. And just alone on my Facebook, it's no love. It's no love on the Facebook. So y'all telling me out of all the scriptures and Bible verses and the things that I've spoke about, no one can relate to it. No one liked it. No one commented. No one can relate to it. But if I take it to TikTok and I take it to Instagram, then I get love over there. But Facebook, no one likes it. Not even under the videos or nothing. This is why I say what I say about people that you grew up with, your hometown, the people that are supposed to be your family and stuff like that. No one. And before I started doing this, it'd be other things that people are just more of monitoring spirits and just looking and just looking and not responding, not nothing, not saying nothing, not an emoji, not a this, not a like, not a that. I got some people that do it, and I do appreciate y'all for all the support y'all have done over the years. I know who you are. Trust me. I pay that much attention to my social media. I know who you are. Okay? So it saddens me that we have to go through this and we have to learn the lesson that not all people are for us and not all family is for us and not all people want to see you do great. Not all people want to see you do better than them. Not that this is a competition at all. It's not a competition, but it's just like I see fit something better for my life. I see an avenue that could really make me pop off. I see this. I see that. And I need your support. I don't need you to be like, okay, well, one day I'm proud of you, one day I'm not. One day you're doing good, one day you're not. One day it's this and one day it's that. One day stop living off unrealistic things and stuff like that, but you can support the next person. You see somebody else in our family going up and doing what they're supposed to do, but you can support them and tag and do this and my this, but you can't support your own. I literally can count my family alone, y'all. I can literally count on 2 hands and maybe one and maybe half the second of how many times they have reposted my stuff or loved it, shared it, commented and stuff like rarely. Like, I'll get some here and there, but y'all know how many videos I've put out that y'all don't do nothing to it. Nobody told y'all to cover and spread y'all Facebook page to all of my content, but at least let me know that you are, showing love and support. Like, I would show love and support. Like, I wouldn't dare be like, you have a car cleaning business, and then I run into people who got cars and this and that, or wouldn't pass out your business cards. I wouldn't be like, hey, my so-and-so does this, my so-and-so does this, hit them up, they do a good job, look, here's that this. I will put you guys on. But do y'all do the same thing for me? The support has to be supportive, and it's not being so supportive. And so that's why sometimes you have to love people from a distance, and that will hurt, but you have to love certain people from a distance because they also can hinder you from moving on to the next step. So hardship is not always about money. Hardships can be within your family. Hardships can be within your friend group. Hardships can be within this world. Hardships can be within anything. Okay? Trouble, everything. So I'm just saying, okay? That's all I'm saying, is that we have to do better when it comes to supporting other people, when it comes to being there for people when they're going through hardships or whatever. We have to, and honestly, like I said, yes, we aren't to allow on every human that we come across, to be able to help us out with any situation or something. But you got to realize it's one person that is going to be there to listen, to help you, to heal you, to move you along. And that's God. And so in turn, that would be my state in people pleasing. That would be my state in looking for validation and everything. I was people pleasing, looking for validation in places that I shouldn't even need to be people pleasing or looking for validation. You don't need to be validated. You don't need to be supported. You don't need to be none of that. None of it. Because there's only one person that can get you through it all. Okay? That's all I'm saying. To Romans 8:37, you guys. It's things out here that can separate us from God's love. And we have to remember that God loves us. He is within us. The love is within us. So if you believe in God, in Jesus Christ, then you know that they will lift you up and move you along as need be. Anything, whenever you're faced with hard times and stuff like that, look at it at another way. I know it'd be hard to do that, but look at it. When you lose someone, I wouldn't say it's like a blessing in disguise, but sometimes God will remove something to bring something else better. Sometimes God will take you away from something to replace it with something better. God will take away some materialistic things that we like to uphold value to when they don't hold value to God. Okay? So when we're faced with these difficulties in life and these troubled times and these hardships, please rely on God to help you through it. Okay? Because what he don't want you to do is to fall into those times and then pull away from him. Okay? He doesn't want you to pull away from him. He wants you. That is the time you bring him closer. That is the time where he wants you, because he wants you to rely on him and only him. So when you're going through those times, that's when he wants you to come to him. Like how you are when you come to a parent, when you're going through stuff and you need this and you need validation for this. He wants you to come to him. Let him know all your issues. And watch how he work. Watch how he pull you through, bring you through. And didn't say that every time was going to be easy, but it will be rewarding and fulfilling once it's done. Okay? All right. Yeah, I know it's a little long or whatnot. So let's get ready with the prayer, okay? All right, you guys, bow your heads. Remember, God loves you guys, and to continue to have him first, okay? In everything you do, okay? Dear God, I know I will face trouble in this world, but I know I should not fear because you have overcome the world. I can trust that no matter what I face, I can never be separated from your love. Help me to dwell on this truth when I go through difficult times. O Lord, I praise your holy name because you have conquered sin and death, allowing me to conquer these things alongside you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Bible study tonight. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. And let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Send a DM if you have questions or something like that. I'm willing to answer it. I will probably make a video about it. Or if anything, I might put it on TikTok. I love you guys. Y'all keep putting y'all best foot forward. Keep doing the right thing. Go right with God instead of left with lessons, okay? When you're faced at that crossroad in life and you needing to know what it is that the decision you need to make, seek God and he shall answer. Don't listen to the people in the head, because you know we got a lot of people. We got people in our head telling us da-da-da-da-da-da, okay? Go where you go the right way and stop going the wrong way. Okay? Let's solidify our spot in the kingdom when it comes to God, so we can all go to heaven. Okay? I'm trying to bring who I can bring with me, because like I told you, I'm trying to keep my spot. I don't know about y'all, but I am. You trying to keep your spot? You trying to go to cat heaven? Give me a high five. You trying to go to cat heaven? Give me a high five. High five. Give me a high five. You trying to go to heaven? We gonna work on her. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.